iTunes, and of course our radio loyalty. And he was a guest at the Smallville Comic-Con over the weekend, and Miah Kane joins us. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing really well.
Did I butcher your first name, by the way? Because I think I did.
No, you didn't. No, it's Miah, like Jeremiah without the Jera. So you did good.
Absolutely amazing. I was nervous as hell, thinking I was going to butcher your name, brother. Now,
it happens from time to time. It does happen. So you wouldn't be alone.
So, tell us about the experience out there at the Smallville Comic-Con this past weekend that you participated in here in Hodge.
You know, it was really cool. It was really cool, first of all. It was an honor to get invited back. Spending the day there Saturday. I was really busy. Had a lot of people coming to the booth, and it's just really great, the support. Pretty neat that people want my autograph and want to take pictures. That's, always a privilege and an honor. But it's really cool just to talk with people and have conversations and tell them a little bit more about myself that maybe they didn't know. And just interacting with people was really, really cool. And there were some other really cool guys on the panel. Richard, the guy next to me that was in Game of Thrones, super, super nice guy. So that was really cool, just getting to know everyone.
Fantastic. We have got a great guest.
And then,
yes, go ahead, my friend. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I wanted to give a shout out to John Robinson for bringing me on, and also his brother Troy. So big shout out to them.
Fantastic. Now, take me through this process of getting on some of these big shows and just busting your butt over the years in Hollywood and the TV area and different things like this. Talk to me about all this.
It's just a testament to some hard work. Some of those days where you don't want to put in the homework and you don't want to go to the rehearsal and you don't want to go to class and you don't want to do other things, but you push yourself. Just having the reward on the back end of that and having some successes definitely keeps me motivated and keeps pushing me through. But just like with anything, it's about just creating healthy routines for yourself and pushing through and doing things that you don't want to do. And I didn't always have that same work ethic and discipline growing up. It was easy for me to quit or give up on things that weren't easy, or if I wanted to be lazy, I would just be lazy. I wouldn't push myself. So as an adult, specifically the last 8 years, I'm just learning more to push myself. And then, of course, you hear in the industry a lot of hard work. Talent can only take you so far. So that's just something that sticks with me. So I just push myself Monday through Friday. I give myself a little bit more of a break on the weekends because I also feel like in life it's a balancing act. If I'm able to take a day off and spend it with my family out here, then I definitely try to balance it out. But Monday through Friday, it's a grind, from 7:30 a.m. to waking up till 7:30 or 8 p.m. at night.
Now, getting involved in some of these big shows that you've been involved in, the John Walsh show, as well as some others, talk to me about the process of landing those auditions and meeting the right people and all this.
Okay. So I live in New York, so I've been out here for the last 5 years. And what brought me out here is I have an extended family member here, an uncle. His name's Mauricio Bustamante, and he teaches at Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute. So before I had actually met him, we connected on social media. And I was just going to come out to New York for a quick trip to introduce a couple friends to him that were planning on moving to New York. However, after coming out here, meeting him, and going into Lee Strasberg to observe a class, I just got fired up, and it lit a fire under me to come out here. So long story short, I ended up moving out here about a year and a half after that visit, and I went to Lee Strasberg for about a year. The great thing about that is just I was able to do a couple staged plays there over the year that I was there. Great experience. Outside of school, once I got out at Lee Strasberg, I continued studying with a really great teacher I met there by the name of Paul Calderone and his wife, Kathy Calderone. Paul, you might know him. He was the bartender on Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
And he's also currently on Bosch, and he had a recurring role on Fear the Walking Dead. Just a to name a few. He was in Last Castle with Robert Redford. That's currently on Netflix. So he's a really, really great guy. And so he co-teaches the class with his wife, Kathy. And so the two of them are just really phenomenal. And so to answer your question more directly, I just got my foot in the door by coming out here and going to acting class and getting connected. And then after about a year of submitting myself through a site called Backstage, I finally, I was doing a lot of theater throughout that next year. But once I actually started getting on some of the other casting sites out here like Actors Access and Casting Network, I was able to start booking some other things like spec commercials, some minor TV roles, which inevitably helped me, after doing some short films and whatnot, land an agent. And then once I landed the agent, they were able to start getting me into doing some of the TV roles that I've currently been doing. The John Walsh was a one-day shoot. I worked on the show In Pursuit with John Walsh. And so that was a shorter shoot that I did with them. I think that's a show that they're going to keep going, Catch the Bad Guys. So they do the reenactments in order to tell the story of the person they're going after. So from there, I've just been booking more stuff on Discovery ID Network on a regular. And so that's sometimes based on me submitting myself through the casting sites, and other times it's with the help of my agent.
Now, talk to me. You bring up an interesting point there. Agents. How do you sort through the amount of agents that there are out there, especially in your neck of the woods out there in New York, who are trying to get people on shows, get people work? How did you come across your agent? Kind of give me the inside details here on all this.
Okay, that's a good question. And anyone listening that might be looking to break into the acting business, whether it's here or LA, I think this is definitely helpful information. And it's the information I gathered from a book called The Business of Acting, which was referred to me from my uncle and teacher, Mauricio. In this book, it mentions that you can go through something that's called a call sheet, which is put out by Backstage. It's something you can order on Amazon. And what it has is the listing of all of the agents and managers throughout all the different regions, LA, New York, Atlanta. And then based on that, what I did is I just highlighted all of the agents and managers that accepted email submissions. And now at this point, it's important that you have good headshots. You have a decent resume working for you. So that's why it's important to do student films and get into any type of stage productions you can, whether they pay or not. These are all things that are going to make you better. It's also going to give you footage for eventually getting a good reel put together. But the two most important things you're going to need is you're going to need those headshots, and you're going to need a few things on the resume before you start submitting to agents. They're going to want to know that there's some value to you. And then also I drafted up a cover letter, basically just introducing myself, letting them know that I studied a couple years at the Arizona's Actors Academy with a really great coach named Brandy Hotchner. I also mentioned that I went to Strasbourg for a year. I did this short film. I've been a part of this stage production, and I'm looking for representation in this particular area. So then I attached all that, and then every agent that accepted an email submission, I emailed all those things over to them, and I just went through there a couple of days, took a couple of days to do it. And the first time it took about a month to hear back from an agent. And I believe the first agent that signed me out here is a agency called Gonzalez Model and Talent. And they do more print work and commercials. And the first year I didn't hear much from Gonzalez, but I've been with them now for I think 3 years. And this last year I've been getting sent out with this particular agency probably 2 or 3 times a month. So it's just kind of the way it works sometimes. I don't know what changed. It could have been updated headshots, or maybe they're starting to push me more frequently. So I had Gonzalez for a little while, and then I did it again. I did another round of submitting, and I was able to land another agency called Righteous Talent that also works with another company called Light and Salt Talent. And so they've been keeping me pretty busy on a regular. They are sending me out more for the TV things. They've sent me out for some feature films, and so I think they're definitely the agency that's going to help me elevate to the next level, and as far as some of the bigger and better opportunities. So I've been really happy working with them. So that's how I landed my representation out here. And then now I'm currently, again, out here you can freelance with multiple agents, so you don't have to just be exclusive to one agency. So
Keep talking, man. We've got our next guest calling in, and they're just gonna wait. So go ahead.
yeah, no problem. And so and again, it doesn't hurt if you built your resume and you have some experience in a good reel, and you have some friends in the business, to possibly reach out and get a referral into an agency that they're already working with.
We have got a great guest with us today. He joins us live here in our broadcast. Miah Kane joins us, and he recently appeared on In Pursuit with John Walsh, and it is a heck of a deal to get a great actor and great a big name out there in the entertainment business on the program today. Now, you mentioned the agent situation, and you mentioned all the different things that you had to do to get that put together. What are some of the next steps once you get the agent and once you start getting some work? How does all that work? Kind of take me step by step on this, my friend.
Well, the key is that once you get an agent, that you don't only rely upon the agent for your success, because sometimes, again, it might be weeks in between, months in between them sending you out. My current agent, Light and Salt, they keep me pretty busy. I'm getting auditions from them on a regular, whether it's them sending me out to a place in New York in the city to audition, or doing taped auditions at home, which I'm pretty lucky with those, because I have a really good person helping me here, my girlfriend Angela Valencia. She's also from Hutchinson. That's where we both grew up. She helps me with that, and I prefer the taped auditions, because it's something where you're in the comfort of your home. You can do multiple takes, and with me, I'm really lucky because she's really good at it. And she's not an actor. I like to say she's the best non-actor actor that I know, and
yes,
so
yes.
I'm pretty fortunate in that department that I have her helping me. But the key is that, you have agents, but you don't only rely on the agents to keep you busy. I still submit myself through Casting Network and Actors Access, which are also casting sites that I believe are able to be used in places like the Midwest, like Atlanta, LA, Chicago. You can submit through Actors Access to all of those different markets. So if you're a young actor or looking to get into the business and you're currently in the Midwest, I would strongly suggest that you put together a package of yourself, like I mentioned, the headshots, resume, reel, and you get on Actors Access, and you pay the $49 per month or however much it is that they charge, and get yourself out there, because, again, you can submit in the Midwest, or even if you're willing to travel, then you're able to submit to New York or LA or wherever you want to be. And because these days there's a lot of companies that are doing taped auditions, it wouldn't matter if you're there in the Midwest or where you are. You can submit anywhere in the United States and still send in that taped audition. And if they have an interest in using you, then you just fly yourself out there. So the key is just staying busy. I also stay in an acting class once a week to stay sharp. Like I said, I still study with Paul Calderon and his wife, Kathy. And so I like to do that because it keeps me in shape. They say it's kind of like, going to the gym. If you're working out, you're looking to get in shape, and you take a few weeks off the gym, you're going to notice a difference. So it's the same in the acting world, that you want to stay sharp and you want to stay in shape. So it's always good to stay in a class if at all possible.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you making time for us today. Before we let you go, my friend, how do we find you online? Keep up with your journey, social media, all that, my man.
Great, I appreciate it. My online handles, it's Miah Kane, Kane 333. So that's Miah Kane 333. I believe that's the same for Facebook and Instagram. And then also, I just wanted to mention that I do have a couple of shows that are going to be coming out soon. One of them is Evil Lives Here and Shattered, working with a really great company named Red Marble Media, and that will also be on Discovery ID channel. And if anyone is curious about my work, you can look up my credits on IMDb. And then also, if you have Discovery ID channel or the app ID Go, you can go there and you can look up my old shows and you can check them out. And then also on my Facebook acting page, you look in videos, my acting reels are linked up to that.
Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you making time for us today, and looking forward to talking to you more down the line. And thanks for taking time out of our busy schedule to talk to me today. Thank you, brother.
Perfect. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We'll talk to you soon. You too. Thank you, man. There he goes. Miah Kane. And that wraps it up here for this segment of our big broadcast. And we have got more coming up.